So over the last 3 days, we have been reviewing. We reviewed Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3. From each one of the reviews, I'm going to go over the most missed question. Okay, so the most missed question on the ratios and unit rates module was number 7. I'm going to do it for you right now, and then I'm going to give you a series of educanon questions based upon it. The discount on a television was $210. If there was a 30% off of the original price, what was the original price? Gut instinct for my students should be to write 30 over 100. They also have to take a moment and label it. 30% off is the discount over the original. Now the students have to decide where to put 210. The discount on a television was $210. So I find discount, I put 210, and now I'm going to scale it up. 30 times 7 gives you 210, so whatever you do to the top, you must do to the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to reread my question. What was the original price? So the original price here should have been $700. Now if you're watching this with educanon, a few questions will pop up on discount, original, and sales price. The second one we completed was final review number 2, arithmetic, including the division of fractions. For the most part, this was a fairly good unit, but the ones that seemed to have the most problems were these 3, okay? GCF, LCM, and integer. So I just wanted to take a moment to go over these. Number 4, at Poultry Paradise, turkey burgers were sold in packages of 8. So turkey burgers were 8. Whole grain buns are sold in packages of 6. If Katie wants to buy the least number of burgers and buns, which statement below is true? Okay, that word is shouting at me to find the LCM. I'm going to divide both of these by 2. Okay. One thing, you're trying to figure out how many packages of burgers and how many packages of buns you're going to buy until they meet at the same number. That's called the least common multiple, and that is found by multiplying the L in our ladder method, okay? 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 3 equals 24. They're first going to meet at 24 of each, okay? Then the question wants to know which statement below is true. If we buy, Katie will buy 16 burgers and 12 buns. Nope. Katie will buy 9 of each. Nope. Katie will buy 24 of each. This is correct, and so is this. So now we have to evaluate the second part, okay? When you do the least common multiple, you look across, okay? So I know Katie is going to buy 3 packages of burgers because 8 times 3 is 24. And she's going to buy 4 packages of buns because 4 times 6 also equals 24. So I need to find 4 packages of buns and 3 packages of burgers. And that was question C, or that was multiple choice C. Okay, number 5. Tristan had 45 apples and 20 pears that he's putting into gift baskets. Each basket will have the same number of apples and the same number of pears in it. Okay, not the same number of apples and pears together, okay? What is the greatest number of baskets, GCF, that Tristan can make with no fruit left over? I'm going to divide both of these by 5. Okay, so the greatest number of baskets is found by multiplying the numbers on the side, and in this case it's 5 here. Okay. This one is different. If this question had gone on to ask us how many apples we buy are in each basket, how many pears are in each basket, you look down. There would be 9 apples in each basket because 45 divided by 5 is 9, and there would be 4 pears in each basket because 20 divided by 5 is 4. Okay, so this one, which of the following shows a correct integer for the situation? Going up 6 flight of stairs, that's plus 6. Okay, that's not negative 6. This is the word that people are really having a tough time. A $25 withdrawal from the bank. That when you withdraw something, you are taking it out. Okay, so that's negative 25. This one is not correct. 70 feet below sea level. That's negative 70. And a $30 deposit. These are the 2 words. when you deposit something in your account, you're adding it. So it's going to be plus 30, okay? Okay, so those are the three that I really think I wanted to hit on in that. Oops, nope, I lied. I wanted to hit one more, okay? This one seemed to be a huge mistake for the kids, so I just wanted to make sure. They had to order negative fractions in order from least to greatest. So my advice to them, if this pops up on the final, is to change them all to fractions, or all to decimals. This fraction is going to change to negative 0.5. 1/6, or 1 divided by 6, is negative 0, and I'm going to go 0.16. I'm going to add a 0 here, so they're both in the hundredths place. The next one, 1 divided by 4, that's going to be negative 0.25. And the last one, 1 divided by 3, is going to give you negative 0.33. So this is a very tricky thing to think about. I'm going to highlight the important words. Order the following from greatest to least. I almost pretend, I'm going to draw a box here. I almost pretend they're not decimals. Okay, I pretend, and I forgot my negative sign here, that they are whole numbers. The greatest one, the greatest negative, is the one that is the closest to 0. Because if you think about a number line, it counts backwards. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So negative 4 is actually greater than negative 2. Negative 1 is greater than negative 3. And I kind of think about this in terms of money. I'm down $50. That's a lot. I would much rather be down $16. That's the greatest, because I'm really not that far in debt with minus 16. After that, this one is going to be the next one, the next greatest, because I'm only down $25. This one is down $33, and this one is down $50. Okay, let me go over the last review that we did, and we did this in class today. Okay, the ones that I really want to talk about, I'll highlight here. Number 2, which algebraic expression shows the verbal expression the product of 4, and product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So I know it's got to be 4 times something. The product of 4 and something else, we're just not sure what it is. The sum is answer to an addition problem of 6 and n. So this is what I start with. The product of 4 and the sum of 6 and n, but order of operations tells me I have to do my multiplication first, so I can't write this expression without the use of parentheses, because this expression would have you do 4 times 6. You're actually doing 4 times the whole sum of 6 and a number, okay? So I'm going to look, and this one would be the correct choice. Number 3, some people did seem to have difficulty. I wonder if this period marking the end of the sentence really was a distraction for them. I hope that you expand this expression first. Remember, an expression is a number sentence without an equal sign. And then I hope you plug in the value for D equals 10. And then order. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I'm going to do my exponents first. And I'm going to prove it to the side. 2 10s multiplied. 10 times 10 is 100. And then I'm going to do 3 times 100 minus 12. So 3 times 100 is 300. And 300 minus 12 is 288. Okay, so that should have been the choice. The next two that I want that were the most missed were 4 and 5. And I'm going to go over those and end today's video. Which of the following pairs of expressions is not equivalent? Okay, so I'm going to go through. When they give you a question like this, the best thing to do is to eliminate your possibilities. J plus J plus J equals 3 times J. That's correct. These two are equal to each other because multiplication is just repeated addition. These two are equivalent. So that's not the answer we're looking for. The next one, when a number is outside of parentheses, don't forget you have to use the distributive property. 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times 9y is 36y. This is also equivalent, okay? This one is definitely tricky, and I know we've spent a lot of time on combining like terms. 4a's plus 2a's is 6a's. And then if you take 6a and subtract one of those a's, you do end up with 5a's. So this also is equivalent. These three are equivalent expressions. They are looking for the one that isn't. So let me tell you why this one is not an equivalent expression. 3b plus 4c plus 2d. This is the simplified version of this because I cannot add b's, 2c's, or d's. I don't know what the b's are, I don't know what the c's are, and I don't know what the d's are, so that has to stay that. This is not right, combining them like that. You cannot do that. If you expanded this, this is actually 9 times b times c times d. We are adding here, okay? This isn't repeated addition like in our first example. We're adding different things. You cannot combine them with multiplication like that. So this was the correct answer for class today. Which pairs of expressions correctly in number 5 shows the GCF and the distributive property being used? That's the important part right there, GCF. If you forgot this, which I hope you didn't because it's such good math, you can use each one of these expressions in the ladder method. I divide both of these terms' coefficients by 4. 32r divided by 4 is 8r. 4s is divided by 4 is 1s. So if I correctly pulled the GCF out of that first one, it should be 4 times the sum of 8r and s. Not true. The next one, 6x plus 12y. If I factor out the GCF correctly, these are both divisible by 6. So it would be 6 parentheses x plus 2y. Is that what I have on the other side? No. Okay, next one. 9g plus 3h. I'm going to divide both of these by a common factor of 3, and I'm going to be left with 3g plus h, because 3 divided by 3 is just 1/8. Okay, so to write this, it's 3 parentheses 3g plus h, and that one is the correct answer. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed my review of the most commonly missed questions from our last 3 days of review, and I hope that you do well in the EduCanon questions associated. Have a great night.